Hey, beautiful babies. Hey, beautiful babies. Okay, Tango and Floss. All right, Tango and Floss. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, I Am Bulldog Nation. We got some cool things we're going to be talking about tonight. Happy to have you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for jumping on, guys. This is going to be a historical night tonight. We're going to be sharing bulldog nutrition. I'm going to share everything that I know with you guys free of charge. 100% free. When I say free, I mean free. It doesn't cost you anything but time. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Floss is the one with his head hanging over the pillow thing there. And Tango is back in the back there. These guys are comfortable. Yeah. So these are registered English bulldogs. They are sired by our 30-pound wonder boy, Smoke. You can see him on our website, iambulldognation.com. And they're out of my wife's personal bulldog guard. Her name is Rain Dancer. She's on here quite a bit also. These guys are out of her. She's fantastic. She's fabulous. She has the best temperament ever. And if you're jumping on tonight, I'm not just going to be showing you cute puppy videos. I'm going to give you some meat. We're actually going to have raw meat on this live. I'm going to be sharing with you how you can up your dog's nutritional betterment by stuff that you've just got around the house. So, shall we leave these guys here? Or should I hold one? I can't do all of this at one time. I need a camera crew, honey. By the way, thank you, honey, for being here and supporting me. She's the camera lady. These guys are having fun with this.
They sure are.
So that's Floss in the background. This is Tango up front. These guys are brothers, and they're both fantabulous. Thank you, Lisa, for the compliments. Thanks for the good words, guys. So if you want to see what a cute puppy looks like, we got him right here, guys. But that's really not why I came on tonight. I came on tonight to share 5 things around the house that you can up your nutritional game of your bulldog. And you can do it not just with your bulldog, but with any dog. So, guys, what's up? Mike Tucker here. Welcome to the I Am Bulldog Nation. And I want to provide value for you and your bulldog. And the information that I share tonight, you can implement these things with any dog. So if you have a friend that is asking you questions about nutrition and you just don't know, just share this information and you'll look like a genius, okay? I want to ask you a question, guys. Doesn't it seem like in the past 10 or 15 years that we have an epidemic of allergies with our dogs? An epidemic of dogs dying early, they're living short lives. An epidemic of dogs with cancer and all kinds of weird tumors growing all over their bodies. Guys, this is new stuff. 30 years ago, this was not a problem. Why is it happening now? Have the dogs changed? I dare say no. What has changed, guys, is what the dogs are eating. And 90% of your health, 90% of my health, 90% of these cute puppies' health is dependent on what we consume. If you consume trash, your body's going to look like it. If you consume wholesome foods from nature, your body's going to tell that story. And let me give you a little reminder about these dogs. If your dogs are consuming low-grade food, and we'll talk a little bit about that later, if they're consuming low-grade food, you can buy all the nutritional supplements and all of the additives that you want to. You can spend hundreds of dollars of supplement money monthly for your dog, but if it's still eating a poor diet, it's going to look like it's picture like this. If you ate at McDonald's 3 or 4 times a day, and that's the only place that you ever ate, and you took vitamins and supplements, do you really think they're going to work? No, because your body needs real food that's good for it, and we know McDonald's is not real food, right? If you don't believe that, watch that documentary, Supersize It, okay? But all that aside, guys, I want to give you 5 household items that you already have to make your dog and his nutrition double in value, okay? Because when his nutrition is on point, he's going to be happier, he's going to be healthier, and he's going to have a higher quality life, and he's going to live longer, okay? So, item number 1, raw chicken. This is the best thing you can give your dog in the freezer. It's the best thing you can give the dog under your roof, guys. Raw chicken. Now, I don't have leg quarters here, and I'm going to get to how much to give later on. So if you're feeding raw, you probably know the benefits of feeding raw. You did your research, and you're implementing it, and you see how much better your dogs are looking and feeling just by changing their diet, right? But if you're not feeding raw, let's be honest, guys, it can be kind of scary, right? Because you're like, well, my vet told me that if I fed, raw chicken, my dog could get salmonella. And my Aunt Josie told me that if I fed raw chicken bones, my dog could eat that bone and could die, And so there's all kinds of misinformation. The only thing worse than all the information we can get on the internet is misinformation, right? Because Aunt Josie, she just doesn't know it all. So if you want to know the most about feeding a raw diet, talk to somebody that's feeding raw. Your vet, ask them, hey, well, do you have experience with this stuff? Talk to Aunt Josie. Say, Aunt Josie, do you have experience? Well, no, it's just something that, somebody told me. Listen, there's value in whole foods from nature for me, for you, and for your dog. So with that being said, let's just think at this from a commonsensical kind of way. Honey, is commonsensical a word?
No.
No? So I am going to reach inventive status to the English language. I just came up with a brand new word, commonsensical.
Well, if enough people use it, it will be put in the dictionary.
Okay. So from a common sense standpoint, guys, if eating raw animals of any kind was bad for a dog, whether it's raw chicken, raw beef, raw pork, raw rabbit, raw elk, raw caribou, raw fish, if any of that was bad and would kill the dog, don't you think that our entire wolf population would be extinct right now? Don't you think that foxes and coyotes, they would just all be gone because they ate this raw meat and they died? But in fact, no, they're actually thriving because they're eating raw. And our dogs, their ancestors are wild wolves and dogs. So the closer that we can stay to nature, and I know this is all brand new to a lot of you guys, but the closer we can stay to nature with our diet, the healthier we are. Fresh fruit, fresh veggies, fresh meat. Well, the same applies to our dogs. The closer that we can stay to nature with their diet, the healthier that they will be. Guys, I have 10 bulldogs right here and now in my house. They're not all in the house. Some of them are outside in their house. But I have a test lab of how diet can change dogs. My dogs don't have allergies. My dogs don't have conditions that a lot of you guys' dogs do. I get calls every day. Mike, help me. My dog's got, its hair's falling off. It's got these spots. It's got these bumps. It's got these allergies. let's do something different with our diet. Let's start right here. And I'm not asking you to throw away your kibble and change everything overnight. But I am saying, and hear me well with this, guys, processed food is not the best diet for your dog. Just think about it. If your dog is to eat well, just like you, is it eating a little pellet that was made in a factory somewhere, and it was said to have this, that, and the other if you flip the bag over and you look at the ingredients? And oh, by the way, those are the ingredients on that bag. That doesn't always mean that that's what's in the bag. Do you know sometimes these fillers, most of what the dog food is, guys, it's heavy starches, carbohydrates, and fillers up and down to the point of even sawdust. Some people they evaluate these dog foods and they found sawdust added to the dog food as a filler. Do you think that's healthy for a dog to eat sawdust? Just asking. You be the judge, right? So just because it says dog food on the bag does not mean it's necessarily suitable for a dog to eat. Now, there are certain nutritional components in that dog food that we value, okay, but there's a lot of filler. Dogs are carnivores. They're not supposed to be eating a high carb, high starch diet. And when they do, their bodies become inflamed. And what happens when our bodies become inflamed? Don't have near the disease resistance. We're just waiting for diseases to grow because they grow well in an inflamed body. And so that's why whenever we went from, by the way, right now, total clarity, right now, our dogs and our puppies are eating 50% raw and 50% quality kibble, manufactured dog food. I have switched them completely to raw because there's certain elements in that kibble that is beneficial to the dogs. But most of their health and the way that they are is because of the raw food that we're feeding them. And I'm about to share 5 quality raw foods that you have at your house that will enhance your dog.
Real quick, Mike, how many times a day do you feed your dogs?
We feed our dogs typically 1. We will sometimes give them a light snack or a healthy treat at the end of the day, but usually they eat once a day. Again, if you feed 3 times a day, once a day, it's all the same because it boils down to, just like you and me, guys, we have to break outside the box of dogs being that different than us. We are all mammals. So look at it as, what is the daily consumption in calories and nutrition that I'm consuming into my body? Really, experts say, 3 meals a day, all this. But we all know it boils down to, if you want to lose weight, it's calories in versus calories burned, whether you eat them morning, noon, and dinner time, or you eat 1 meal a day. I'm not saying to go gorge yourself and have 1 meal a day, but my point is, with dogs, let's think now. In the wild, they are foragers, right? Sometimes they eat once a day. Sometimes they eat twice a day. Sometimes they go 2 days without eating because they didn't catch that rabbit, right? So look at it from a day-by-day situation. If you want to feed your dog twice a day, which we do, with puppies, we'll feed 3 times a day, right? Almost free feed all they want. That's what happens in nature too. Mama dog, mama wolf takes care of that puppy, and they're pretty much eating all day. So we do our puppies a lot like that. But adult dogs, once a day. We'll give them some treats here and there. If you give your dog a meal 2 or 3 times a day, I don't fault you, but just understand it all goes back to calories and quality of nutrition. So once a day is fine for our dogs. There are some smaller dogs I know that have a higher metabolism, and they would probably benefit from twice a day servings, but it's a case-by-case basis, right? Nothing wrong with once a day, nothing wrong with twice a day. Did I do okay with that, honey?
Yes.
Okay, so back to this, because I know you guys are getting close to your bedtime. Raw chicken, the #1 best ingredient that you can add. It's got fat, it has skin, it has muscle for protein, it has bone, it has gristle. Excellent. Now this is a whole chicken, you guys. We got a protester over here wanting some raw chicken. I hear those squeaks and whines. This is a whole chicken, but from a practicality standpoint, guys, go to Walmart, Brookshire's, Costco, and get the 10-pound bags of chicken leg quarters. You can get them on sale, 60 cents, maybe $1 a pound. That is cheap, guys, and it's quality. Give your dog a chicken leg quarter a day with what I'm sharing with you tonight. Watch him look totally different in 4 to 6 weeks. Not only do they have more energy and they appear happier, guys, their body composition changes. Again, let's do the comparison. It's like comparing a guy that eats 3 times a day at Mickey D's versus the guy that's eating fresh fruit, fresh veggies, fresh meats. You tell me, which one actually looks healthier? Whenever we began to change our dog's diet, you guys, their body composition actually started to change. They didn't look like just these blundering, carb-filled sausages. They started looking more like bodybuilder bulldogs, man. You know, they got a tuck at the waist and their coats are healthy and shiny. They just look different, but their body structure is different. Much like somebody that has a trash food versus somebody that eats healthy. You look healthy. You look different, right? So note your dog's differences in not just how he feels, but actually how he looks when you give him a better quality diet. Raw chicken, can't do without it. Can't do without it. So wanted to jump in right here because it's something that I forgot to share earlier, guys. Don't just flip the switch and go from dry kibble to raw. Introduce it slowly. Give him 75% kibble one day and a leg quarter. You know, and then eventually, like right now, cut his kibble in half. And you can do this in a week's time. Give him half of the kibble that you were giving him before, and then incorporate these raw features that we're going to share tonight. So he's eating 50% kibble, 50% raw. He's looking and feeling so much better. Okay? So 1 leg quarter a day, fantastic for your dog.
Raw bone?
Yes, raw bone. Good. Thank you for sharing that. Don't cook this at all. Give it to them raw. Now, with our dogs, we do not feed them their raw in the house, okay? I don't want them dragging raw chickens across the floor and chewing on them, so they eat that outside. It's like a chew toy. They love it, guys. It's very stimulating for them. It's very good for their jaw exercise. They just love it. If you put a bowl of kibble down and then you put a bowl of raw food down, and then you let your dog go decide which one he would want to eat, it would be the raw. Okay? What's that tell us? That tells us our dogs know more about nutrition than we do. The dogs haven't been sold on, hey, it's a bag, it says dog food on it. Let's eat that. Okay? Raw chicken will enhance your dog's health. Let me touch on something right now. I hear so often the quote-unquote experts that take your money, you pay them hundreds and thousands of dollars for this information. Oh, Mike, my vet told me that, you know, my dog has a chicken allergy. And so they sell you this really expensive food and the dog still has allergies. Well, what's the allergy now? Let me share just a thought. Just a thought. You don't have to take it to the bank. Maybe, perhaps it's not the dog allergic to chicken. Maybe it's the preservatives, the processing, and all those words that long on the dog food bag that is causing those allergies. What if you took all those things out, all the chemicals, all the preservatives, all of the processing, and you gave your dog just raw chicken? Then you would know. Then you would know for certain that your dog was allergic to chicken in time. Okay? Rather than just maybe it's the raw chicken in the kibble. You know, that's suspect, but is it truth? Food for thought, guys. Raw chicken, can't beat it. Next, organic yogurt. Doesn't have to be this brand. Organic yogurt. It's got probiotics. Guys, this will enhance your dog's digestive system. There's nothing better than a good, solid, well-working digestive system, because that is what dispenses all of the nutritional value to the rest of the body. Poor gut health is the number one reason your dog goes to the vet, by the way. Poor gut health. Good probiotics from a good source. It builds up gut health, and then your dog is able to take other good nutrition, digest it, and feed his body the way he should. Item number 3, coconut oil. Guys, we use this as people. We eat it. I do. I take a scoop of it. I eat it. It's great for our skin and health. We put it on the outside. Do you know that organic coconut oil, guys, actually is a healing agent? If you have a dog that, you know, has a scrape or a scuff or a wound, you can rub this on the outside of their bodies, and it's like magic. It brings health, just like it does us. Give them a teaspoon of organic coconut oil every other day. His skin, his coat, his health will thank you. Item number 4, get you a good quality fish oil, guys. This one right here is one of the best that you can obtain. I'll put the link in this thread below this. Get you a good quality fish oil. You get your omega-3s, omega-6s, omega-9s, and this is something that you can readily get. I can't say enough about a good quality fish oil. Coat, eyes, nervous system, everything. Great, great, great. Straight from nature. And then lastly, it's one of these guys. 1 egg a day will keep the bulldog doctor away, I promise. So you'll just mix that kibble. You'll just crack this on the bowl, stir it around. I was doing this for 40 years, guys. We used to do this back in the day, man, before I had bulldogs, just pets. And in 2 weeks, you would see a noticeable difference just from giving them a raw egg. Those are my 5 items, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to show off Tango and Floss. You guys have a good night.
Hey, babies. Tell everybody good night. Thank you for tuning in.